Good evening, students, and today I am going to discuss in the pathogenic virus, and the other subtopic is rubella. Okay, so first we'll be doing what is meant by rubella. Okay, so actually, this rubella, it's also called as a German measles, and it is a disease which was caused by the rubella virus. Okay, so it's a mild illness, and whenever you are giving of an vaccination, and you can protect against from these kind of the virus. Okay, so because of the routine vaccine against rubella has been identified in the year of 1970. Okay, and what is the history of this rubella means, and where the teratogenic property of the infection was documented means the measles has been identified or the rubella virus has been identified. So and also documented in a Australian ophthalmologist. Okay, so that is Greek. In 1941 he has described, so where identified the cause of the rubella. Okay, so what is why they have called a rubella, and morphology of the structure means, so it is called 3-day measles or the German measles it is called as, and it is a category of family of Togaviridae, and the genus means the birth, okay, that is ruby virus. Okay, so in general it belongs to the Toga virus group only. Okay, so that is a process, and where whenever you are taking a morphology of the virus, this is the structure of the rubella virus. Okay, so it is also belongs to the RNA virus, and where the diameter of the rubella virus is 50 to 70 nanometers in a diameter. Okay, and it's a spherical in shape, and the virus carrying is going to be the heme agglutination is going to be carries this one. Okay, and where the cytoplasmic of infected cell. Okay, so the glycoprotein and the lipid bilayers also membranes is also helpful for the growth of infection. Okay, and the next, culturing the virus. So how you can culture the virus means, so this virus is going to be cultured in a one cell process, so that is the rabbit kidney cell, so that they are going to take the virus. And what is the clinical events they are going to do here means, and in two major groups they are going to identify the clinical events, that is postnatal rubella and the congenital rubella. Okay, so what is happening here in the postnatal rubella means, so how the adults are going to be acquire the infection. So here, so mostly, so the adults or the younger ones, and they are going to transmit these kind of rubella virus by the airborne infection and the droplet infection. Okay, and where, so the virus is also going to be present in the urine, feces, on the skin, so it is going to be present, and whenever the virus enters into our body, so where it going to be takes place to show the signs and symptoms, and that will takes 2 to 3 weeks of time. Okay, so that is systemic events of the rubella infection. So entry is a respiratory tract and exit is a nose. Okay, so through spread. Okay, that process are spread by the our circulatory system, and our lymphadenopathy is going to be there, and during the process of fetus development. Okay, and so how the postnatal rubella they are going to occur. So if the mother is having the infection, so automatically what is happening here, and so the adult infection, it is going to be transmitted and through the cervical lymph nodes of the mother. Okay, and where the viremia, so viremia means the viral infection, so it is going to be developed and within 7 to 9 days of the neonate, and it's going to be last for 13 to 15 days, and the subsiding is going to be takes place, and it also helpful for the development of the antibodies. Okay, and whenever you are doing that, and you can able to see the high level of an antibodies are going to be increases. So how the clinical manifestations means, there will be a malaise, and the laziness will be the low grade fever, and morbilliform rash. Okay, like for example rose petals will be there, right? So that type of rash is going to be there, and especially the rash is going to be starts on the face and the extremities. Okay, so last more than 5 days it will be there. Okay, and then you can able to so conclude that the definitive diagnosis of rubella it is. Okay, so here you are showing the picture, right? So it looks like that, and next we see that, and rubella rashes only. Okay, so what they are saying that, and in epidemic occurs, so what they are saying that the people who are in nearby cases, like for example now, so the congested places, so that they are going to infect these kind of rubella rashes. So some of the other manifestations or complications they are going to see here, that is arthritis, inflammation of the bones, and especially in the women's they can see these kind of infection. And some of the serious complications like what, thrombocytopenia means low platelet count they are going to see, and a purpura, okay, so like pimple like formation, okay, and encephalitis means inflammation of the brain. And immunity, okay, so what is different, already explained you that so whenever the rubella is there, so the antibodies is going to be appears in the serum, okay, and so whenever you are doing a test and the antibodies is going to be titers rise, okay, here titer nothing else but the serum level is going to be rises, okay, so you see that how much of antibodies is going to be rise here means 1 to 3 weeks it will take to rise the antibodies, okay, so we can easily detect out and the IgM and IgG antibodies in our lifetime immunity. And so one attack of rubella infection protects for life, okay, so what they are saying that so once it was acquired and there is no reoccurrence of chance we can see in the process, okay, and immune mother transfer the antibodies to the offspring. So what will happen here within the 4 to 6 months, and this infection is going to be protected against if the mother is taking a vaccine against the rubella virus. So what is the diagnosis means? There are two types of diagnosis they are going to detect out, that is isolation of the virus or evidence of zero conversation. So isolation of the virus means what they are detecting out and making a particular antibodies, okay, so we'll see now. Isolation and identification, so what they are saying that so from the nasopharynx and the throat, and they are taking of a after 6 days of the infection, so they are taking a sample and so they are injecting to the particular so rat or some of the animals, laboratory animals, and they are detecting out and how they are going to show the signs and symptoms and various detections, and they are going to test out in a immunofluorescence as you are seeing in the picture, okay. And next you see that and serology in the rubella, okay, that is only zero conversation. So what they are doing, that hemagglutination inhibition test they are doing, ELISA test and antibody demonstration they are doing, okay, and where increased level of antibodies in the process, okay, so that they are going to check in this one. And next, so epidemiology, whenever you are seeing that, and 20 to 25 years, and in epidemics they are going to check, already we have seen it is going to be transmitted by the respiratory tract, and so by rubella, taking of rubella vaccine only, so we can easily control the virus, okay, so in our countries. So what is the treatment we can give means, and so mild self-limited illness only it is, and we can give a antiviral treatment is indicated for the person. Laboratory proved clinical means to rubella, that is first third month of the pregnancy is also fetal infections, so then the immediate care is very very important for the mother. And if the congenital rubella syndrome is there, and so the mother is having the maternal virus, viremia means virus, and rubella infection during pregnancy, and where from the placenta and the fetus is also going to be infected, okay, and the growth rate of the fetus cells also is going to be reduced, and the cells of the fetus is going to also reduce, and whereas an hypoplastic organ development is going to be there means, so the baby will not have a proper growth period and during a rubella syndrome, and it was results in the structural damage and abnormality, and where and the part of fulfillment will not be there, okay, so the growth difficulty is going to be seen in this congenital rubella syndrome, okay. And what is rubella infection at various trimesters, okay, so what they are saying that, and in the second trimester means you may see that on 4th month to 6th month second trimester, and where and this infection is going to be starts to the baby, okay, and you may see some of the spontaneous abortions also, so you are going to see in these kind of cases, and some if the mother is in the intrauterine factor also, and in the viral excretion process, and where the newborn is going to be so develop within the 12 to 18 months, okay. And what are the clinical findings we can see means, and you can easily transmit the infection to the infants, okay, so within the birth itself or during a first year only they are going to occur that process, and or developmental abnormality also will appear in adolescence and as a childhood process, okay. And next one is a classical triad of rubella, okay, so classical triad of rubella means already rubella syndromes we have seen, right, so that is going to make the person to be like cataract, Okay, so cataract means what? So here you are seeing a picture, right? Means the opaque cloudy appearance is going to be there over your eye, and cardiac abnormalities will be there, and some of the deafness. Okay, and some of the other manifestations like growth retardation will be there, means the mental retardation, MRI. Okay, MR, mental retardation is going to be happen, and hepatosplenomegaly, and where the liver and the spleen is going to be enlarged, and a jaundice. Okay, and meningoencephalocele means so where the inflammation of the meninges layer. Okay, and CNS defect is also going to be changes, and especially the mental retardation, and other neurological manifestations like, and the patient will not have the controlling of the balance, and they are losing of motor skills, and some of the rare complications like already we had discussed, like encephalitis, congenital rubella syndrome, and you may see the death also is going to be occur in this process. And how you are going to diagnose, already we detect out that antibodies is going to be titers, and the IgG and IgM is going to be denotes, and in the infected fetus. So what is a prevention treatment? You can control these type of an congenital rubella syndrome means, and taking of an MMR vaccine is going to be protect against the vaccine of rubella. Okay, so this MMR vaccine is a mixture of a 3 live attenuated viruses. Okay, so that is immunization against measles, mumps, and the rubella. Okay, and where, and at the age of 1 year, and they are going to give within a second dose before starting school, they are going to give this process. Okay, and the second dose is not a booster dose, but they are giving immunity levels they are giving, and in order to protect against the infection. And this MMR vaccine was introduced by the National Universal Immunization Program. Okay, and so that is regarding of the MMR vaccine and the rubella virus. Okay, thank you.